Colac.
Let's go back to Colac. Deep blue hot springs sounds amazing.
Back legs hurt. So I don't know, will it try and take us a different route?
So I'll just give you directions like I normally do.
Yeah, because Colac here says 115, which is
And that's why we're taking a shortcut.
Yeah.
I don't think we go to Camperdown.
It's like 9k in it, you're saying 106. No, we're not going to come up there now. Kind of.
Ah!
Oh. What's that? Don't scare me, what are you doing that noise for?
Because he's coming for you.
Oh.
Got that and feel, whoa!
Pedal! Pedal!
You don't realise how close he is to your head. Today is day 98. I'm hiding behind Stevie because it's quite windy, but it's been behind us. till now, which is great news. We made fantastic progress after the halfway mark, put in some really big efforts with some crosswinds mostly, but tailwinds today. So had one night camping on a rather soggy showground, and we probably undid all of that by going out for dinner and having a bottle of wine. And then yeah, got a motel last night and got free pizza. The pizza place found out what we were doing and gave us the money back, which is amazing. But it's been a few days through, well, kind of in pastoral countryside now with sheep and cows. We've had vineyards and forests and all sorts, seen a few kangaroos. I saw koala just now. But it's mostly been focused on getting the miles in and making good progress to Melbourne. So it's just been, yeah, taking it a day at a time and doing what we can. We finished in the dark last night, which is a bit upsetting. Might well do that again today, but it's just pushing on really, and feels relentless. But looked at a map of Australia last night and it's amazing how far we've come. So we're definitely on the way home, and I think hopefully things will go quite quickly now, but still a very long way. Day 101 today. We had a bit of a tough ride into Melbourne, taking a few diversions, so even though it was meant to be an easy day, got a bit long, but we got wedded up for the night with a friend's sister. A little bit soggy, very tired, quite late. We got in about, well, it's gone 8 o'clock. As you can tell, this road's quite busy. And then headed up north, and rather as well. Headed up north from Melbourne with tailwinds, but a rolling road and a tough start. So another long day yesterday, but managed to get in a motel in Murupana, and then made okay progress today, but gaps in accommodation, so we're just riding into sunset to find somewhere to camp. We seem to be unable to escape the vicious cycle of riding into the night and then struggling to start early at the moment for a variety of reasons. So it's been tough. We're very tired. But, made very good progress on paper. But this road is no fun at all now. What really happened at the railway barracks? It was only in the time after we left that things seemed to piece together. Our memories are strangely vague, almost dreamlike, and maybe we are wrong. Maybe the exertion is getting to us, or maybe sometimes things cannot always be explained. We often booked accommodation ahead at this point, especially when the options are limited, so when we spotted a hotel in Binaway, saving us the ridiculous epic stage ride to Coonabarran, we gave them a call. A man picked up the phone, sounding vaguely disgruntled at wrong at all. "Do you have a room for tonight?" I asked. A long pause suggested the question wasn't as straightforward, and a "Nope, sorry," came a long time later. Feeling persistent, I asked if there was anywhere else locally. A sucking of teeth, and there's the railway barracks, with a wry chuckle. Okay, great, I thought, and got onto Google to try and track down Plan B. Unusually, nothing was apparent from the search engine, so I called back to get a number and more information, but the number was all I gleaned. Not to be put off a good night's sleep, I called up. Yes, a friendly woman answered. It's $100 a night, just give us a call when you get there, but make sure it's before dark, and one of our volunteers will let you in. Okay, said I, we'll do our best, knowing that it was going to be a stretch to make the distance by nightfall, but seeing no other option. Yes, before dark, she reiterated and hung up. Well, it was better than nothing, I said to Stevie with a shrug, and we put it on. It was a long day and not far off dusking by the time we got to Binaway, and with the wind whipping up the leaves around us in the streets, two teenage girls rode on undersized bicycles in circles with speakers pumping out some dubious choice of music. "Watch out for the magpie!" they screamed, and looking up, there was a pied bird fixing us with an intent gaze from the telegraph wire above. Before we could beat a hasty retreat in case it attacked, my phone rang. "Are you here yet, dearie?" a voice crackled down the line. Yes, we're here, I answered, feeling vaguely surprised. I hadn't left my number, and it must have shown up on her phone. "I'll meet you at the hotel," she said. The hotel was in full swing, having had a night of money darts, and as we pulled up, a trio of locals rode out of the hotel. After asking the usual questions, where we were from, where we were going, where had we cycled from, where was the motor, they asked where we were staying. "The railway barracks," one of them exclaimed. "You'll not sleep there, it's haunted." "Yeah," his mate followed up, while sloshing his pint into his shoe. "Some little girl, she appears in the corridors. Ooh!" And they burst into giggles with their tipsy mates. "No," a voice said from under the shadows of the eaves. A lighter spark illuminated a gaunt, weathered face, lighting a cigarette. "It's the youngest of the three sisters. She never left." The lads go quiet and then shuffle back inside, ricocheting off the doorposts and each other. But the gentleman follows them in a more dignified manner, leaving me and Stevie alone on the suddenly quiet, dark, empty street. The wind picks up and rustles the leaves, creating shivers. "Maybe we should try and get a room here again," I said, fearing our host may not arrive. "Evening, dearies," a voice suddenly says, and we both jumped, having not perceived anybody approaching from down the street. A lady in a floral dress and piercing dark eyes peered at us. "You'll be wanting your room, no doubt," she stated, rather than asked. Not in the mood to question Australian country fashion sense on such a cold night, we agreed. "Go back down the road, take a right, then over the tracks, then a left, and I'll leave the light on," she directed, and strode off down the street. Mounting the tandem again and switching on the lights, we thought we'd catch her, and somehow managed to interpret the instructions, but it was almost a mile to the barracks, and we saw not a trace of her on the road, but true to what she said, the light was on when we arrived. The front door looked smart and recently done up, but she quickly beckoned us round the back. "Main door's this way, dearies," she said, unlocking it with a large mortise key. We wandered in, and the lights came on, revealing a great space. Communal dining area, kitchen, and 11 bedrooms. We were even able to wheel the tandeming too, which was great. "I'll leave you to it then," said the lady. "I'm Leela, by the way. Great to meet you." "What about payment?" Stevie asked. "That's fine in the morning, dearie," she said with a dismissive wave of her hand. Trying to be efficient and stay on top of the record attempt, I remembered the witness book just in time. "Would you mind signing it?" I asked. And for one moment, the lady looked like she'd say no, but then, with a shaky hand, put her details in. Bidding us goodbye, she swept out of the door, leaving us to our own devices. Wandering around our home for the night, we investigated the strangely chilly bedrooms, laid out down a long corridor before getting back to the warmth of the communal areas. The dining room had books and photos about the history of the barracks, and the railway line, which ran through Binnaway. Old photos showed 3 sisters and their daughter who used to run the barracks, and a separate photo of the youngest daughter with a magpie perched on her shoulder. She was apparently a favourite amongst the railway workers, often helping with mechanical tasks. We had neglected the issue of dinner somewhat, and spotting a menu for the hotel, tried to call for a takeaway. Despite a full bar of signal, the line just wouldn't connect, and just made crackling, chugging noises. Of course, there was no Wi-Fi either, or roaming internet, and we are completely isolated. Trying to make the best of matters, we rustled up what we could from the food bags, and were soon feeling tired after a long day. The strange chill persisted despite the heaters, and I wandered around wrapped in a blanket from the bedroom. "You look like an old lady in that," Steve said wearily. "I think we should change the chain tomorrow morning. I know it's due, and it won't take too long. Can you get the new chain out, please?" We both went to bed, and inevitably I was sound asleep, having completely forgotten to get the chain out. Sleeping soundly, but Steve was up in the middle of the night to use the loo. On the way back, he spotted me wrapped in blankets down the end of the corridor. "What are you doing down there?" he mumbled sleepily. "Go for a wee and come back to bed," and wandered back into the room to my soft snores, thinking no more about it.
The next morning he was first up and put the kettle on in the kitchen and found the new chain out and ready. I must have got it in the night when I was up. A while later I emerged, saying, "I can't find the new chain anywhere." "It's here, you got it out last night while you were wandering around," Stevie said. "I didn't get up in the night," I said, confused. "Well, I saw you wandering about," said Stevie, and eventually we had to agree to disagree, because I was convinced I slept through and Stevie was convinced I'd been up getting the chain out. We changed the chain anyway, got breakfast and packed up. Trying the back door, it's now firmly locked and the heavy key nowhere to be found. Only a small modern one which opened the front door. While Stevie was finishing up, I went for a wander outside and admired the new frontage and various artefacts from times gone by. Curious magpie followed me. We were just about ready to leave and wondering what to do about payment when a ute pulled up with yapping dogs in the back. "Oh, so you did make it," an Australian lazy called from the driver's seat. "When I got dark, I thought you'd stopped elsewhere, and it was only when one of the neighbours said they saw lights on we thought you'd turned up. How did you get in?" "Another lady let us in," I said, feeling a bit confused. "I've forgotten her name now." "That's strange. Carol and Shannon are out of town, and there's nobody else here with the key." I paid up, and the lady looked uneasy. "Did you see any magpies around here?" she asked warily. "Yeah, there's been one following me around all morning." Without another word, the lady wound the window up and drove off in a cloud of dust down the road. We both decided it was about time to get going too and headed back to the main road. After a couple of hours, we chatted through the whole experience, and a lot of things just didn't add up. The call, how she got to the barracks ahead of us on foot, the back door open then locked, the bicycle chain being out. All easily explainable. But as we tried to figure out who she was, Steve remembered she signed the book. Let's check that. On getting the book out, the signature was there, the date unclear and smudged, but the spidey writing just about legible, and the name Leela was indistinctly etched. Checking my phone too, I searched through various albums and I was unable to find the photo of the photograph of the younger sister, whose name was Leela.
Heading into the sunset again. The mountains in the distance between us and the east coast of Australia. It's day 106. We're still on the good old Neural Highway, which is gradually becoming up there with the NH66 from India. But making progress. We're finally, I think, getting Steve's digestive system sorted out. It's on a lactose exclusion diet, which seems to be doing the trick of making it a bit clear back, a bit trickier to source snacks, but we are, I wouldn't say beasting our way towards Brisbane, but we're getting there, which is amazing really considering where we were a few days ago. Long day today, 125 miles to a campsite, a golf course. Last night we stayed in a haunted railway barracks, and hopefully some motels after this. It's been tough going, really hilly yesterday, not as bad today, but the road is busy and of poor quality, so we're doing our best and it looks like we could make it, but it's been a tough haul, really tough. As ever, nothing about this trip is easy. Yeah, next left.
You go to Mungindi? Goonewindi?
Don't think so.
Where did you say?
We're going to Goonewindi.
Stop and say hi to Dallas.
I hope you're not still Goonewindi.
We're only following this one all the way. I don't know what we're doing.
We're just following this for now.
Yeah. We have got a route to the airport, we just necessarily go right into the centre of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we go over here, across the car. Day 109 and we are coming into Brisbane. Literally didn't think we'd get here about a week ago, 5 days ago. But making reasonable progress through the city. Got a bit wet just now. And yeah, looks like we might actually make this blooming flight. Tough day yesterday. I took us on a bit of a detour. So we had an epically long ride, but we pulled it off, somehow pulled it out the bag at the last yet again. And yeah, early start today into headwinds, massive descent, well, for Australia. We're just following this for now, and then we've just pushed on, and we'll be so happy to get there today. But then we've still got to box up. Yeah. And I think we're going to get up early tomorrow morning to check in, so it's not over yet, but yeah, thinking we might make it.
Good job, guys, you've done it. Another landmark. Hey? Good job.
Oh, thank you.
There was the end of this old roll, which I'm just topping up onto the new roll to save weight on the cardboard.
Oh my goodness.
Almost
People
there.
wonder why we're not getting anywhere.
See? That's it. All I need to do now is...
It's like a quid's worth. Well, that's not even a quid, that was the old roll. So 20p's worth of electrical tape.
It's precious. Well, look at that.
We could have been 5 miles down the road.
Oh, careful. There'll be a litter bug.
For goodness sake, this is what I have to deal with.